Marvel Age Star Wars. My name is Sean. I'm here with Brooks.
Hey everybody, welcome to Doom World.
I love how festive that sounded. Welcome to Doom World. Happy to have you.
Yeah, enjoy the peaceful green ocean that they're floating on.
Yeah. And of course, all the doom.
The man with the beret.
Yeah, there's
The
always
guy with the little old-fashioned army helmet.
What's with all the weird hats? Yeah, that one guy's just got an army helmet. This guy is wearing like a weird, kind of like one of the dwarves from Snow White, but also kind of like the lady pirate from the earlier issues.
Yeah, it's just like a floppy fabric of some kind.
It's a weird thing because, it's drawn, so you think, yeah, the only limit is the imagination. And then they still end up drawing it like they just brought in a bunch of guys and they were like, bring your own costume. Like, you're a space pirate.
Like they couldn't afford better props than these.
Yeah, it's weird. Some of the choices.
We want those robots, boy. And that lightsaber.
That little
Can't
bitty
stop all of
lightsaber.
us.
It's not fully ignited yet.
And it's the wrong color.
Are we going to have to do another check against the original? Are these the original color choices? Are you guys
that would be weird if they
again?
had a green ocean and a red lightsaber. That's a good question.
Yeah, Sorry, after the move, all my stuff is in boxes. So I gotta dig out my originals, and so we can do a check. This is another cool Carmine Infantino, and it looks like Terry Austin did the inks on it, so that's pretty cool. This is for issue number 12, by the way. It's what we're going to be covering tonight.
Part 2 of our Luke story. Part 1 told us only that Luke had crashed in an ocean and had to escape in an escape pod after being attacked by a giant sea monster that was being controlled by a guy on another sea monster.
Which is where
we got all of that in basically one splash page. Last issue, that was the entirety of the Luke part of that issue.
Yeah, the spinning of Luke's wheels continues. Like, I have to, at some point it does become admirable. It's like, you guys really don't want to use a lot of Luke, but you got to have Luke in it to keep people interested. So every issue there's like a Luke cameo where he's like, I'm about to do this, and then he runs off, and then everybody else goes off on some other thing where they're either chasing after Luke or just doing something completely different. That's their own thing.
Why can't they have Luke in the issues, though? I mean, they could have him do all kinds of adventures that won't fundamentally change his character.
It shows you a little bit about how little we really knew about the Star Wars story overall and Luke's place in it. Like, now we look back and we're like, well, it was, Joseph Campbell, hero journey and all this kind of business. But people didn't have a fundamental understanding of all that. Like, it's through Star Wars that popular culture really began to understand all those kind of concepts. And then in a lot of cases, you see the replication in other popular culture where they may not be familiar with its roots anywhere else either. So, like, people watching Star Wars, like, what is Luke going to do next? And they don't know. And since they're bound, not to do something that makes Luke look stupid before the movies come out, they're just like, let's hold off as long as we can.
Just give him some space adventures. They don't have to make him look stupid. Just let him do the same kind of stuff he was doing on the Death Star, swinging around, using his lightsaber, shooting blasters, rescuing girls.
But
he could do that for, 3 years of issues.
At this stage, once they start getting through this storyline, they start easing into it and getting comfortable with it. And I think they do. I think they do make a fun use of Luke in these later issues leading up to Empire. But at the beginning, they were just like, Luke, we barely use Luke. We have no idea what we're doing. I know he has a laser sword, and I know he wears this white shirt all the time. And that's all. Even though at the end of the movie he had a different outfit, but we didn't want to commit to that. For a while, we're like, no.
People won't recognize him. They won't know it's Luke.
Tunic and bandage boots, and that's it. Sorry.
How do you even put those things on? That looks like a pain.
Every time? Yeah, I don't even understand. Like, you can afford... That's like, if you see the end of Star Wars, he's like, good, he got himself a proper jacket and some proper boots. He's leveled up. They're not even fun to draw.
That's what goes for dressing up in the Star Wars world. Formal wear. At least until we meet Lando.
High boots and leather jacket. Yeah, and Leather was like, no. Lando's like, we can do capes. You didn't know that? Like, no, I didn't know that.
Vader has a cape.
Yeah, he
I'm
was
just
the
saying.
only one. Like Lando is like, he's got some chutzpah. He's wearing his cape. Like Vader's coming over. What are you gonna wear? What do you think I'm gonna wear? I'm gonna wear my cape. It's like, really? Are you sure? At least not your black one though. At least, right?
Bell bottoms too.
My bell bottoms.
So the water here is greenish,
I
but
guess
definitely not that lime green it was on the cover.
aquamarine. I guess is what's going on here.
We just we got away in the life pod just in time, 3PO. But I don't believe what's happening now. I need binoculars to see
let's
right over there.
let's all watch together.
The rider controlling that one monster has done something to the other one too. It's no longer attacking our ship. It's pushing it. I think they're out to salvage our spacecraft.
Well,
Foo-weet!
someone's got, yeah. Whoa! Secure that language. He claims his
Mechanized,
sensors.
some sort of mechanized craft are coming.
Yeah, now they got these cool little. I do like this is a step up from Cloud Riders because now they have these little hydrofoil kind of craft.
It looks neat in his little binoculars too, with the grid on it. That's kind of a neat look.
Mm-hmm.
I like the art so
I'm
far.
appreciating it. Yeah, I'm feeling it. Look at C-3PO's eye. He's crazy detail. I love it. For some reason, this version of 3PO's eyes come out instead of going in.
It's weird because it's detailed but wrong.
That's what I love about it. It's like fully stylized. It's like I'm making it my own. All right.
Okay, so hydrocraft. Don't know what they're called here, but they're skimming over the water just like I used to whip around at my old land speeder. Maybe they're
They're
water
water
speeders.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. I don't want to go out on a limb, but maybe they're water speeders. Like, yeah,
Isn't that a rather awkward analogy since it doesn't seem to be any land? Shut up, 3PO.
yeah.
Whatever they are, they're armed.
Stop
And opening
stepping on my
fire.
monologues.
They're shooting at the sea monsters.
I like how 3PO is the only person he's speaking to. When 3PO says, well, "What about this?" Shut up! I was saying something to nobody. I guess.
Whatever. Whatever they are, 3PO, they're armed. They're shooting at the sea monsters. And we're caught in the middle. Are they shooting like howitzers or something?
They're shooting
like
those weird arcing laser
curved
bolts again.
lasers?
'Cause it says they're laser bolts again, but then the laser bolts are just kind of falling into the water.
Like a mile away from those monsters.
I don't know. Light bends like a rainbow, maybe.
Yeah, who knows? Like a
Something
rainbow in the dark.
about the curvature of the Earth.
As the monster's rider waves his strange staff aloft, no noticeable sound or signal issues from it. Yet both his serpentine steed and its dragon-like counterpart respond as immediately as if spurred. Bloosh! They're diving. They're escaping.
Serpentine.
Good thing that guy's got
steed.
like obvious scuba gear on. Very Earth-looking scuba gear.
Yeah, he's just got regular flippers. Like, well, what do you want from me? I was supposed to reinvent the flipper?
For a moment, they are lost in the wine-dark depths. Then, as their armed attackers surge steadily forward, Walood! Boom! That's what happens when you pick fights with sea monsters, dudes.
Yeah,
Did you
man.
not see they took down that huge looking spaceship.
Just kind
If
of
it's
nudged
the same
it. Yeah.
ship that Luke started off in, it's just like the one that started off New Hope, right? Wasn't it the
Yeah, the Corellian Corvette.
which is a big ship. I'm not sure if that was a full size Corvette or like a small miniature version that just looked the same. I don't know. But it was a big looking ship. And this thing just, sank that and pushed it around like it was nothing.
I would have called that adventure Corellian Corvette Summer. I'm just saying. That's out there.
Oh, perfect. But the two other crafts are not so easily caught. Wheeling sharply in the foaming waters, they bring their guns to bear. Circle the sea spawn. He's gonna pay.
For wiping out that Hydra skimmer. I got a feeling these guys are going to talk like pirates, too. Like, so far, everybody they run into is a space pirate of some sort.
Keep a sharp eye out for.
The
Uh-oh.
Dragon Lord! That's the best. I guess that guy's the Dragon Lord that they're more worried about.
Well, yeah, because he's steering the dragons. They're not scared of him. They're scared of the dragons that he's in control of. even as the Serpent Rider swamps the second skimmer. His reptilian mount comes into line of searing laser fire from the third. That's a cool looking gun.
Yeah, that's
I
good
like the
work on those
detail on
guns.
that.
We've got him a few more blasts and he's done.
Don't make them all sound Scottish. Yeah, you tell him.
Whatever. Virgil doesn't like space
He doesn't,
pirates.
he doesn't like them all to have the same accent. But the rider doesn't wait for that. With the two wounded creatures at his command, he retreats. We've won the day. They don't say that. I'm just being dumb.
Let's get the hell out of here.
Stop firing. They're out of range. Running off like whipped womp rats. Again with womp rats.
Everything's like womp rats.
Yeah, womp rats. That's a thing in Star Wars.
What's a womp rat? It's a rat. It's like, what's the difference? It's slightly more than 2 meters. Like, Jesus!
Yeah, it's not much bigger than
Good God!
Cost us... That's like Chewbacca's size.
That's horrible.
Cost us 2 skimmers, and we got nothing to show for it. Don't be so certain. The big prize may
The
have
big
sunk.
prize. You gotta say it like Quinn from
Yeah,
Jaws.
I'll
The
accept
big
that.
prize may have sunk, but something's bobbing about down there, and it's gleaming like metal. Are you just looking at Luke's
Got a
hair?
doll's eyes.
Like a doll's eyes.
I think he's talking about the pod.
Yeah, I'm assuming. Metal?
What? Out here in the ocean?
Yeah, at this hour?
It could be just part of the ship that got wrecked. But I guess they're going to check it out. Shoot out the magnetic grapples. On the double! And as the grapples thud against the life pod's hull, 3PO, I think we're being rescued. Whether we like it or not.
I'm being rescued with extreme prejudice.
Why is it, sir? I have the feeling it's going to be not.
I got
Because you always think that
a
way,
bad
3PO.
feeling about this.
And he's like, and that's what's kept me alive.
I always think everything could be a trap, which is why I'm still alive.
Moments later, the golden-hued translator droid's feeling is put to the test as the pod is hauled onto the Hydra craft.
How big is his Hydra craft and how small is their pod? It doesn't look like it'd hold one person in this angle.
That's true. Like,
Much less
there's
3.
2 of them in it, but if you compare it to the size of the people that are on that ship,
Well, there's 3 with R2.
that iron stew pot still has a few pieces of meat in it.
Nice. I like that kind of banter. Salty sea dogs.
Yeah,
One of them's wearing a metal suit. That's no suit, fool. Have you forgotten all your off-world lore? So I guess these guys don't get out much.
Be careful. We know how boonies tend to feel about robots.
Yeah. The young Starhopper is traveling with a genuine robot. That smaller piece of nuts and bolts beside him is one too. And either of them holds enough components to make the governor forgive us for them lost skimmers. Uh-oh. Robots are valuable in this world.
Don't skimmers have a lot of components? I don't know if that's a fair trade.
I guess they're saying that, skimmers are low-tech and the robots are very high-tech. It's like, yeah, we got this rusted, riding lawnmower, but that's a brand new iMac or something.
I guess. Sure, these get us around and help us fight sea monsters, but will they help us to fly a spaceship or plan a dinner party? I don't think so.
Chuck the boy back to the fishes. Then tear the machines apart so they don't cause trouble. Hey, whoa!
Yeah, wreck
Wait a
everything
minute.
immediately.
I said wait!
Big lightsaber, vroom.
Lightsaber? The bare-faced little pup is a Jedi!
These guys know all their off-world lore. Take it
Well,
back.
this one guy does.
You guys
The
aren't
other
as
guys-
oaky as I thought.
The other guys don't even know what a droid is. Like, that's a guy in a metal suit.
It's a golden man.
They're kind of right. I mean...
Jedi, time for a flashback. Luke thrills to the word and wishes it was true. Wishes that, like his father, whose saber he wields, and like Obi-Wan Kenobi, the man who trained him, he too was a Jedi Knight. But I'm not.
So I guess at this point, there's no mythology in the color of lightsabers. There's no meaning in it.
No, and I'm
Because
glad for that.
His color is changing all over the place here.
And it's yellow sometimes in the old comic too, because a lot of these, a big part of, now they didn't make the comic as like a tie-in to sell toys, but But you do get the sense a lot of times in the comic that it is mostly a pantomime of the toys doing stuff because they're all dressed like their action figure. Like that's why we don't see Luke in a different outfit very often, just like Leia, because they all walk around like they're action figures. Mm-hmm. So sometimes you even see where his saber is yellow because that's what his action figure was. Right here, I mean, we'd have to compare to the original comic because you can't trust the people who color these digital ones. But yeah, they're all pink in this.
So he's just reminiscing here, reminding us what happened in the movie in case someone in the world didn't see that movie and still bought this comic.
That's what I like. Is like usually they'll say this happened in issue number whatever, but like no, they saw the movie. That did happen in a previous issue of this comic that adapted that, but we're not going to pretend that you haven't seen the movie, that you're counting on the comic to fill you in on the story.
Stretch out with your feelings. Jump! Even if that laser blade even touches you, you're sliced sea cabbage.
Just touches you.
If you live in a water world and you have cabbage, would you call it sea cabbage or just cabbage?
Like Han calls everything space whatever because he's a spaceman. So he's like, you must be eating space carrots. And like, he's going to cut us up like sea cabbage. I wish the real world were that way. Where just everything just got put through a filter of whatever your sort of common topography was at the time.
I like this guy's strategic mind. He can't swing it every way at once. Come at him fast from all sides. That way only half of us will get chopped to sea cabbage.
He can't account for our sticks.
Poor Master Luke. We're certainly doomed. What? You're leaking lubricant on the deck. Someone could...
Uh-oh.
This is clever, though, because...
This actually ended up happening in the movies. Yeah, he does this.
We see R2 later on doing clever things like this.
Well, he does exactly this. He's shot an oil slick and slipped up some droids in Revenge of the Sith.
And sets it on fire and stuff.
Yeah, he's a little badass.
Here, I'm saying after the first movie, R2 doesn't really do anything like that. So I think it's neat that they have him having some agency, taking action and not just standing there beeping and booping.
Mm-hmm. Being an action hero.
And before more of the skimmer crew can move in on him, Luke turns into a badass.
Yeah, Luke starts jumping on people's backs.
Rack. Rack.
Like, what? What's happening?
Like, hey, whoa, that dude came out of nowhere. Enough.
Yeah.
Any more moves against me or the droids, and I use my lightsaber to fuse these controls into a molten lump. Hey, whoa, man.
Yeah,
that'll leave us stranded.
Maybe
at the mercy of any dragon lord who happened along.
You maybe misunderstood the common idiom. Throw him out like chum.
Feed him to the fishes.
Feed him to the fishes and cut up his friends.
That's where we come from. That's not what... Yeah. Heave your weapons over the side and start acting friendly. I want to talk to this governor of yours. So they're just going to toss their weapons? The governor's not going to be mad about that?
No, I guess we're past that. We're definitely going to be in trouble with the governor when we bring this angry Jedi to his doorstep. So
Luke's order is obeyed.
Sullenly.
And the aging craft starts forward towards the distant horizon. They always skip, like they'll just get there now. Oh, yep, there you go.
And whatever wonders wait beyond.
What did they talk about during that time? I'm always curious.
Where he's just standing there pointing his lightsaber at him for like hours.
Yeah. Like hours later, and they get there. It's like, you guys just...
like maybe every 30 minutes somebody gets a little squirrely and he's like, oh, hey, let me reiterate. Like, no, you're right. Sorry.
Controls, molten lump.
Had to try. Not all the pirates made it.
What is this? This is like a couple old-timey ships strung together
turned into
somehow.
A city. I love this. This is awesome looking.
Houses put on the mast. Yeah, Ewok village style. That's kind of prescient too, because that's before the, obviously before Jedi.
I wonder if they were somewhat inspired by the Wookiee planet, because they had those houses up in the trees, which definitely was the inspiration for the Ewok villages. Ewok villages look almost exactly like the Wookiee planet.
I'm not sure what it is either, 3PO, but I'm hoping our meeting with the governor can change all that. I'm hoping he will explain what it is. It's obviously a boat with some houses on it. So, is this Waterworld? I know it's a water world, but I'm getting a
It does
Waterworld
feel
vibe
like
from this.
Waterworld, yeah.
You got like the governor. That's gonna be like a Dennis Hopper looking dude, I bet. You got these guys like out looking for salvage. Waterworld didn't have sea serpents, I don't think.
No, that may be what hurt it.
Yeah, that's why. That's why it didn't do well.
I always thought it could
Only
use
that.
some.
But this is it's just got that vibe to me so far.
So who is the governor? What do they want with Luke and his robots? Whatever happened to Han Solo and Princess Leia and Crimson Jack?
He didn't want Luke and the robots. They were a surprise gift.
Yeah. So what will he do now then?
Who are these dragon masters?
Yeah, who is the Dragon Lord?
What kind of complex political situation exists on this world where there's two warring factions, Boat City people and dragon lords?
Yeah, can we get a little into of the geopolitical history?
I need to
possible?
know why these two societies don't get along.
I just want to know how, in the whole world, these were the only two societies that sort of developed and flourished.
Well, we don't know. Right over the horizon, there might be just a huge island filled with a bustling metropolis.
Yeah, for all
We're
you
just
know,
seeing this.
it's weirdos every 10 miles, for all you know. Could be the Odyssey.
But that's good. What's going to happen? I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll find out.
Yeah,
Join us next
We will return.
episode. We will continue with part 2 of issue 12 and find out what's going on in Waterworld.
Doom
Oh, I'm sorry. Doom World.
Doom Water World.
Watership Doom.
Is it too late for Doom Water? I kind of like it.
Yeah, Doom Water works for me.
When George Lucas was coming up with character names, he would just like put different words together to see what sounded good. And before he came across Darth Vader, I'm pretty sure that one of the combos was Death Water. So this could be Death Water.
Lord Deathwater.
That's for all the people that were like, he was clearly always intended to be Luke's dad. It's like, no, one did. At the beginning, it was Death Water. Let's not get too caught up in all that.
All right.
So there it is. Yeah.
There it is. Thanks for watching. Tune in next time. Check out TV Ate My Dinner. It's a podcast that we're associated with. We do.
Yeah.
Sean does.
We'll have extended audio versions of this and other Marvel Age Star Wars videos. And obviously, if for some reason you're only catching the show through one of those, then go to the Marvel Age Star Wars channel on YouTube and watch all the videos.
If you can find it.
Like and subscribe. We'll have to link everything.
Yeah. Yeah, please do like and subscribe. And if you're looking for something to read, a light summer read on the beach, check out Sean's book on Amazon.
Yeah, The Cosmic Unconscious is super light reading. If you want Jungian psychology of Star Wars with a focus on The Last Jedi.
Just flip through it in an afternoon, no big deal. What's it, like 400 pages?
Yeah, it's like 450 pages.
You can read it on an airplane and the guy next to you will go, ooh, you look sophisticated.
Oh, he reads books. That's basically... He must be smart. He reads books.
Him think he's smart. And, all right, we'll get with you next time. My name's Brooks.
I'm Sean.
Bye-bye.
Snoop.